Hey guys, it's Love Pets Futurette and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over beta care. But before we begin, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below to become a member of the Pet Fam and leave a like on this video if you want more beta videos. But let's go ahead and get started. And just so you guys know, I do say beta, not beta. I think beta actually might be the correct term, but I've always said beta, so I'm going to be saying beta. So if you get triggered, I'm sorry. My tank actually is not done cycling yet, but we don't go to the pet store too often, and Charlie, my dog, needs some more food, so we went ahead and bought her food, and I also got a beta while I was there, just so that way I'd have it when the tank was done cycling. And they do live in cups, so basically I'm just going to be caring for the fish in the cup. Yeah, so I'm going to show you my fish now. The lady at the store named him Jack, and I don't have any better name for him, so his name is Jack. He's really pretty. He is a, let's see what he's, but yeah, it is a crown tail beta. And on camera, his fins pick up a little bit more red. So his body is actually blue and green. Some of his scales are green. And then his tail is more orange. And so he is absolutely gorgeous, and I really love him. And I've never actually had a crown tail before. So yeah. Now we're going to move into the actual care of betas, and we're going to start with the tank. This is my tank. It's a 2.5 gallon top fin tank. I'll put a picture on the screen of the box. Anyway, this is the tank that I'm going to be using for Jack when the time is ready. So what all I have in here is a little castle, and there's an opening, as you can see, so he can hide in there or lay in there. And they have 2 artificial plants. They're not going to cut his fins. I've tested them. So whenever you have a beta, you want to make sure you test your plants, so that way they can't cut your beta's fins. And then this gravel, some of these are kind of sharp, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because they're mostly rounded, so that way he can't cut his fins on those. The minimum size for a beta is 2.5 gallons. You can fight me all you want on this and say, at the pet store they say 1 fish per gallon. Well, by the time you put enough stuff in this tank, right, it's not even going to be 2.5 gallons anymore. It's going to be more like 2 gallons. So if you cannot get a 2.5 gallon, get a 2 gallon, please. Don't do a 1 gallon. And just because a beta is kept in a cup does not mean that they live in cups. They're kept in cups because they will fight to the death if they are kept together, unless it's a sorority, which is different. But males will fight to the death, so that's why they're kept in cups. That doesn't mean they need to live in cups. Something else that is very debated when it comes to betas is whether you need a filter or not. Well, to me, I'm gonna ask you this question: does any fish actually need a filter in the wild? No. Will having a filter increase their chance of survival? Yes. Betas, obviously, as we can see, don't have filters actually in their cups. However, it makes the water a lot cleaner, making it so you don't have to do as many water changes. And also, this filter, why I like this filter is because it's not the best filter, which means it's not the strongest filter. So it's actually going to keep your water cleaner, and it's going to make it so there's less water changes, and also make sure your beta can comfortably swim. You're going to want a thermometer for your tank. As you can see, my tank is in between 82 and 84 degrees. So that's pretty warm for betas. That's why it's still cycling, like I said. So I don't want the beta to be too hot when it actually gets in the water. But you want to make sure that you have a thermometer to monitor the temperature. And my room is usually about 72 to 77 degrees. So I think my water usually is room temperature when I do have tanks up here. So I'm not too worried about getting a heater unless I really, really need one. If you really need a heater, go ahead and get one if you live in somewhere with a very cold climate. When picking out your beta's tank, please make sure to at least get a square or rectangular tank, because in circular tanks, they cannot map out the corners, so they don't know where they're going. When you start up any fish tank, you are actually going to want to cycle it, which means you're going to have to let the water build up good bacteria before you can actually release your fish in there. You can buy test kits for this, you know. I'll put a little picture on the screen right here. Fun, but really I do like this stuff. It's Quick Start by API. It's really good, and basically what it does is it contains live nitrifying bacteria, and it's all natural. So basically it's going to help cycle your tank faster for your fish, and it actually gets nitrite levels. As to what water you can use for your betta fish, there is a range of water conditioners. A lot of people recommend Prime. If you do get a water conditioner for your tap water, that's perfectly fine. But also what a lot of people don't know, and what I used for a couple years, or I still use sometimes, is spring water is actually safe for bettas. Make sure it is not purified water. Purified water is not safe for bettas. Spring water is actually safe for bettas. So if you're looking for an alternative to tap water, you can use spring water. Now we're going to be going over maintenance of your betta tank. So what you really should do, depending on the size of your tank, if you do have a 2.5 gallon, I'm actually going to be making water changes every my water changes every 3 weeks. Usually about taking out 50% of the water. I actually just bought this. It's a gravel vacuum or a siphon, and basically what this shows in the back is you can get the dirty water out. And also, if you already have a cycled tank, you can use this to transport some of the cycled water into your new tank. I think I haven't gotten one of these before. I don't know why I hadn't gotten one, because they're honestly a really inexpensive thing. I mean, they're about $11, which is kind of expensive, but honestly it makes cleaning a lot easier, and you don't even have to take your fish out of your aquarium to clean the tank. To be honest, the only thing I really don't know too much about bettas is their diet. I know what good brands of food for fish are, I can tell you that. So I just got these for now. The main meal, which I do have tropical flakes as well, so I will be feeding those occasionally. I'm hoping to get some bloodworms soon, but we will see. But for now, I have these Omega-1 Betta buffet pellets, and Omega-1 is actually a really good brand for fish food, so I think that these will work fine. They have 40% protein, 5% fat, 2% fiber, 8.5% moisture, and then they have other things, I don't know. There are actually no meals in here, which I do like, because fish meal is not good for fish in general. So I would recommend actually feeding your fish real fish, which is kind of weird, but you know. And that pretty much sums up betta care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.